Welcome to the May 2nd, 2022 Anacortes City Council meeting. And Ms. Hunt, I think I see you on there. Could you take the roll, please?
Mr. Carter?
Present.
Mr. Young?
Present.
Mr. Walters? Ms. Cleland-McGrath?
Present.
Ms. Moulton?
Here.
Mr. McDougall?
Here.
Ms. Hubick?
Here.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Initially, the sound wasn't there great, but now we got you loud and clear, Ms. Hunt.
Thank you.
All right, please join me in the pledge. Okay, we're on item 3 now, announcements and committee reports. Just a couple things from me. COVID, yes, there's been a little uptick in case numbers and hospitalization rates in Skagit County, but the numbers are still very small, certainly relative to the peak a couple months ago. Anacortes Senior Center is offering vaccination clinics on Friday, May 6th. From 9:30 to 2:30, no appointment is needed. And we've had to close the municipal courts Monday and Tuesday due to staffing shortages, because there are not only allergy season, but there's also some nasty colds going around as well. Thank you, and that's me too. So also this Friday is the first Friday art walk. So feel free to enjoy that, and Sunday is Mother's Day. All right, council committee reports. Fiber Committee.
Mayor Mills.
Mr. McDougall.
Fiber Committee met last Thursday, and one of the things we always do is we go over the numbers. So as of Thursday, we're at 1,121 total customers. No, I'm sorry, that's residential customers, 146 business customers. And revenue, monthly revenue of 81,420. So that's looking very good. And in aggregate across town, we have 37.6% of the community signed up for service. Obviously, you know, we're only actively serving about half the geography of town, but you know, as construction continues throughout the year and next year, we'll be hitting the rest of that. And we are seeing, you know, the fiber department mentioned, like, every day new orders are coming in. Quite a few new ones coming in the West End, as you know, as service is being activated in the West End. Folks are talking to each other and they're sharing the news about it, so that's great.
That's great. I was speaking to Anacortes Newcomers Group today and got an unsolicited comment on how great they enjoyed the fiber project, or the fiber that they were receiving, lived out in the West End, and especially the tool that we have online. I don't know what it's called, but you can go to it and you can compare all the different services like Hulu and all the different streaming services for the channels that you think you might be losing when you cut the cord, that you're able to gain, and it'll compare those and contrast. So you can get more information about that online.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Really the only other detail I wanted to add is that we just decided between the Fiber Committee and the department that we don't necessarily need the Fiber Department to come and report to City Council monthly at this point. So things are cruising, so we decided let's go for quarterly. So seem reasonable? Okay.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Sounds good, thanks. Housing Affordability Community Service Committee, I understand, did not meet. So Public Works Committee.
Mayor Miller.
Ms. Moulton.
Hi, thank you. The Public Works Committee met just prior to this meeting, and it was Mr. Young and I and some of the division managers from Public Works. The first thing we talked about came from the Ops Department. Will Ludeman discussed the pursuit of a fire department brush truck. So this is an initiative, an interdepartmental initiative, of course, with the fire department. We have a 26-year-old rescue truck that's nearing the end of its life. And Will is working with Chief Harris for its replacement. And there is money on hand in the replacement fund And the cool thing about this truck is instead of buying it built already, this is something that can be built in-house with a savings to the city of about $50,000. So they're working on that. And with that extra $50,000, that can be used to purchase one of the side-by-side vehicles that emergency response uses to rescue for EMS calls in the ACFL. And these costs that we're talking about are covered by the 2022 capital facilities plan. So they're already budgeted. So this would not require any kind of a budget amendment. This brush truck is also known as a wildland rescue truck and could be used to respond to DNR fires statewide. And then the city could be reimbursed for that too. So it seems like a really good thing to pursue. So that's in action right now. Next, we talked about the wastewater treatment plant outfall, and the Port of Anacortes signed off on the interlocal agreement just today, actually during our meeting. So that's exciting. As we know, the notice to proceed on the marine portion had been issued. Oh no, we didn't know that. I'm telling you now. It was issued on April 13th. So that's good news. The prior notice was to obtain the materials, which we wanted to get as early a start on as possible, given the conditions of the market and inflation and things like that. So those are in progress. And the upland bid was opened in mid-March, and that is still being reviewed. Also, that packet's being reviewed. So we will have more news on that soon. Next, we talked about the water treatment plant, and an intake transformer blew up on April 6th in the middle of the night. And staff sprung into action and obtained a backup generator very quickly in the middle of the night that was online in 6 hours. So it was pretty amazing that this electrical failure was fixed by staff in the middle of the night. It sounds like it was pretty exciting in order that we could still get water to our people. And so the city's getting a brand new transformer from Puget Sound Energy, and what's coming to us as a request to, so there are a bunch of different pieces of this. I'll try to keep those brief. So individually, they don't exceed the competitive bidding requirements, but altogether, all these components that we need to make it work and have our backup system in place combined exceed the competitive bidding requirements. So in our packet tonight is a request to waive the competitive bid so we can back up our water supply. Basically, it's the new electricity, the new transformer doesn't totally mesh with our old equipment. So that we'll talk more about that tonight. And that is it. Thanks.
All right, thank you for that thorough report. And it's time we move. Any other council or committee reports? Sorry. Okay, we're on to item 4, public comment. This is the opportunity for members of the public. There's a couple here in City Hall tonight to address the council on any items that are not on the agenda. I don't have anybody online attending remotely. All right, nobody's running up to the podium, so I'm going to think you're either going to comment on something on the agenda or just coming to see us and see how warm it is here in City Hall. All right, item 5, our consent agenda. Council.
Mayor Miller,
Mr. Young.
I move we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Young, a second by Mr. Carter to approve the consent agenda. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. On to other business, and sometimes we didn't include this previously under mayor council communications, but we have it under other business, and it's the appointment to Anacortes Community Forest Lands Advisory Board. It's one appointment, and an appointment to the Anacortes Arts Commission. And Mr. Lunsford, anything to add?
Mayor Miller, council members, no, not really, just that we have 2, items 7A and B, the Forest Board Advisory appointment, Mr. Tab Stringer, And for the Arts Commission, we have Ms. Betty Connor, Ms. Diane Marr, and Ms. Clarity Miller, all seeking to join those boards and commissions at your pleasure. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them.
And Ms. Hunt will remind me if I need to take a roll call vote on these, or,
No, you can take a voice vote on these.
okay. But I do need a motion, I think, if council is interested.
On each board separately.
Okay.
We could do it that way.
Thank you.
Mayor Miller,
Mr. Young,
I move we approve the appointment of the Forest Land Advisory Board as presented.
I'll second that.
okay, I got a motion by Mr. Young, a second by Mr. McDougall to appoint Mr. Stringer to the Anacortes Community Forest Land Advisory Board. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Okay, thank you for that. Now, the appointments to the Anacortes Arts Commission.
Mayor Miller,
Ms. Hubick,
thank you. I move to approve the recommended appointments to the Anacortes Arts Commission.
Second.
okay, I have a motion by Ms. Hubick, a second by Ms. Cleland McGrath to approve the appointments as laid out in the packet to the Anacortes Arts Commission. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you very much. And thank you for everybody who's willing to volunteer to serve on these important boards and commissions, because we cannot function as a city without that community spirit of volunteerism. So thank you. Okay, we're on to item 6C, Resolution 3084, authorizing the City of Anacortes to enter Section 108 loan agreement. This is a discussion, possible action item. Mr. Meismer, you are up, sir.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council and the audience. Resolution 3084 authorizes the city to enter into a Section 108 loan with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, for an amount of up to $153,000. Staff have been working with HUD for approximately a year and a half to finalize this loan. It's been, I must say, quite a process. If you've never worked with that higher a level of government, let me just say, please don't. Anyway, it's been quite a lot of fun. The actual loan amount has been reduced to $85,000 by use of excess CDBG funds left over from previous projects, and the loan will be paid in full once the 2022 allocation has been received. So this Section 108 loan is essentially for the Anacortes Housing Authority for their new project, their new multifamily project and daycare project on the lower floor. The Section 108 loan has been part of a 2021 action plan and is part of the draft 2022 action plan that will be coming before council in the next couple of weeks. Staff recommends approval of Resolution 3084. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Meismer. Any questions?
Mayor Miller.
Mr. Young?
No, I just wanted to make a comment. I think that, first of all, thank you, Mr. Meismer and team, for the persistence and the willingness to press the flesh with the legislators to get this done. But, overall, I just want to say this is an extraordinary opportunity for our city. It's a wonderful opportunity for the people of our city that need it. And so I'm very much in support of it.
Mayor Miller.
Mr. Carter?
I move to approve Resolution 3084 to support the low-income housing.
Mayor Miller,
Mr. Young?
second.
Okay, I've got a motion by Mr. Carter, a second by Mr. Young to approve Resolution 3084. Ms. Hunt, would you call for the vote, please?
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Ms. Cleland McGrath?
Yes.
Ms. Moulton?
Yes.
Mr. McDougall?
Yes.
Ms. Hubick?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you very much. And being that there is no more business before the council, I will adjourn the May 2nd meeting. Thank you.